Hey, my name is Jack Bourne, founder of AW Pro Tools, and in this video I'm going to show you how to fix those ugly line breaks that you might see when you open up a formatted email using old school formatting methods and you open it up on a smartphone, kind of like the image that you see here. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the tutorial now. Your smartphone and you're reading an email and you notice that there are these weird looking line breaks that just are distracting. So you might be sending out emails that do the same thing, and I'll show you how to avoid that. And what you're going to get when I show you how to use this tool inside of AW Pro Tools is a very quick and easy way to create emails that will work beautifully whether someone's reading it on their computer or reading on their smartphone. Here's what happens. So the reason why this occurs is that a lot of marketers, and probably you know, that it's a good idea to reduce the width for normal email consumption. So if someone's reading their email on their laptop or on their desktop, it's a lot easier for someone to have the email in a shorter, sorry, a narrower column. And that's why Aweber has it up to wrap the lines over here. So for example, if I were to take some demo text, let's grab this right here. And I'm just going to go paste this in right here. So this is how it would look if you don't format it. And so that's why there's this function to wrap the lines. But what can happen quite easily is that you get this funky layout right here because the smartphone is going to shrink that down. So I'm going to show you the secret. This is what I've come up with. I've tested it. It works great. But now instead of just teaching you, I'm going to show you how to use the tool so it's even faster. All right, so you're going to go over to AW Pro Tools and go into the Tools section. So click on Tools. There are going to be additional tabs here as I add additional tools. But right now, let's talk about Format Email. Look for that tab and click on it. And then what you do is you just paste in your text right here, or you can just type it right in to this area if you don't have anything started. So this is where you would put the first name placeholder, or you can just skip that. So what I want to show you is that there's no HTML in here, and in fact, if you look at the links, these are just regular URLs. So it can be URLs to anything. It doesn't have to be your site. So there's a couple of your URLs in here, and I'll show you what happens after we hit Format. So I click Format, and instantly you're given a nicely formatted HTML code. You don't even need to necessarily know what this does. And then what you do is you just highlight all of this, you copy it, and you paste it into the raw HTML editor in Aweber. I'll show you how to do that step by step in just a sec. But what I want to show you right now is that the links were automatically turned into HTML links. Now you may be thinking, well, I don't want to send out HTML fancy HTML emails, and that's okay. What this creates is it looks like, even though it's an HTML email, it looks like text, and Aweber will send out a text-only version so that if someone's reading it on a device where they can't read HTML emails, it's still going to work. So let me show you exactly what you're going to do. You're going to highlight this, highlight all of this code, and you're going to hit Control C or Command C and go over here. And instead of going into the text area, what we need to do is we need to go to Broadcast. And I'm just waiting for that screen to come up. Come on, Aweber. There we go. All right, so what we want to do is we want to start a new one, and we have some options. So I click on that arrow. And what a lot of folks do is a lot of folks use plain text, or they'll use HTML, and then you're forced into using their templates and their WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. So this is where the third option is where you're going to paste in HTML, paste in your custom HTML message. So for a lot of people, they would be intimidated by this. Now you don't have to be, because you can just click on this and you wait for this to load up, and you type your subject here. And then right in here, you see that there's nothing. It's just a big blank screen. So what you do is we're just going to paste this in. Where's paste? Oh, come on. So I hit Control V. I couldn't find the paste. All right. So there we go. Control V. So it adds some coloring so that you can, if you're an HTML code wizard, you can see different elements of the HTML. You don't really need to focus on that. What you want to do is you want to scroll down and just hit Test and Preview. So you see it automatically formats it. So this is my formatting, and the reason why it does this is not because of Aweber, it's because of the HTML code that I've added in here. You don't need to think about how this works. This is what I've created, and now you can use it too, and it's just, you don't even need to know what you're doing except just copy and paste. And so it'll work beautifully, and you can test it out, send it to yourself, and it'll work great. Send the test, and when you're ready, you just move forward with that, and you'll hit save and go on to the next step. So it's really just that simple. So now you have an HTML editor that what it's going to do is if they're reading it on a laptop or a desktop, it's going to make the width of the column narrower so it's easier for someone to read it. But if they're on a smartphone, it's not going to give you those crazy funky line breaks. So it's going to work in any device.